And welcome back. So glad you're streaming with us. I'm Kira Phillips.
And I'm Terry Moran. Former President Donald Trump's expected to announce his third run for the White House tonight in a speech at Mar-a-Lago in Florida.
That announcement would come after a pretty disappointing midterm election for Republicans, and a lot of people are blaming Trump's endorsement for those losses. This all comes as the battle for control of the House narrows down to just a few key races, and right now Republicans have 216 seats. They, of course, need 218 to win control.
And so joining us now for more team coverage, ABC's Morgan Norwood at Mar-a-Lago and Jay O'Brien on Capitol Hill. So Morgan, first, what's the scene at Mar-a-Lago? This is the third time. We all remember the coming down the escalator. Second time, I don't know whether it was at the White House. I'm not quite sure where he announced again. And third time at Mar-a-Lago. What are we expecting to hear? What's it like?
Yeah, Terry, I just got here to Mar-a-Lago a short time ago. I actually had a chance to go inside the ballroom, the massive ballroom where this is taking place. About 400 people expected to show up for this announcement, perhaps even more than that. But even where I'm standing here on the ground, there are a number of supporters, and even driving into this location, we saw Trump flag after Trump flag, many in support of Trump. And that's not surprising. Of course, we know that Trump won the state, a Republican stronghold, back in 2020. But as far as tonight, we expect him to announce a presidential run for 2024. And what we're really listening for tonight is not just what he's going to say, but also, you know, the roadmap looking ahead for the country. I mean, I think regardless of whether you're Democrat or Republican, a lot of people are looking to January 6th, the insurrection, to see what has changed within the political realm. Many people have thought, especially among the Republican Party, that this announcement is not perhaps the right move, and that could further invigorate or, you know, throw off the midterm elections in that sense. But in terms of what we're expecting tonight, you know, a lot of people are going to be leaning in, trying to get a sense of what has changed since January 6th in 2020, and then also what the roadmap is for this country. So that's what we're leaning into, the rhetoric. And so that's what I think a lot of people, regardless of what party you are coming from, are going to be looking to.
All right, well, clearly, Morgan, we've seen a lot of big losses for MAGA Republicans during the midterms, right, Terry? Most recently, the candidate, Carrie Lake
goes down
for governor in Arizona. Yep. Yes, that was a race that everybody was watching very closely. So, Jay, you know, let's talk about what Republican leaders are saying about this expected run. Clearly, where Morgan is there in Mar-a-Lago, a lot of protests happening behind her. I guess we've taken the decision to kind of let that go for the sake of whatever was going on behind her. But people are already showing up, apparently, and you know, this is what we saw last time around. We saw the rhetoric.
You
know, Trump gets people fired up, and it gets MAGA supporters fired up. So what do you think about just the reaction of Trump just possibly making this announcement tonight, more than likely going to make this announcement tonight? What are you hearing on the Hill?
Well, the question is, there are obviously supporters who are there. The question facing a lot of Republicans on the Hill is which Republican members of Congress will go down. We know that some invites have been given out, but Trump allies like Matt Gaetz have said they will likely not go down. Marjorie Taylor Greene was asked last night at House GOP leadership elections if she would go to this, obviously one of Trump's strongest allies in Congress. She said she would like to go, but didn't indicate that she would go. All of this comes on the exact same day as House leadership elections, the same day that Kevin McCarthy was elected the nominee for Speaker of the House. So there are a lot of Republican commitments already here on the Hill, but Trump will certainly, towards the end of all of this, garner a lot of the attention as the evening gets longer. And it's worth noting, Kevin McCarthy, an ally of Donald Trump, will likely lose the spotlight to him this evening.
You know, Jay, there's one thing that professional politicians have a great sense of, and that's who loses them votes, right? Who's radioactive? And right now, after 2020, 2022, and some people would say 2018 as well, there's a stench, the stench of failure for others around Donald Trump. But voters feel another way, a lot of them. There's tens of millions of Americans who would lie down in traffic for him. How is the GOP in the Congress handling this dilemma between the fact that Donald Trump in general elections around the country dragged Republicans down versus how important he is with the base?
Well, the question Republicans have to reconcile with now is who gets the blame for Tuesday's red wave that wasn't. Is it Kevin McCarthy? Is it former President Donald Trump? Who is it? Is it everyone? Is it no one? And then make decisions based upon that going forward. Kevin McCarthy is facing those exact challenges now.
All right. Jay, appreciate it so much, bringing us all the latest from the Hill, and of course, Morgan, who's out there at Mar-a-Lago, where things are already heating up. Not surprising. That's right.
Quite norm.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.